Oh, hello everybody. This week's video is not what it was supposed to be at all. Various reasons why not. One is that I've really hurt my back again. I've got one of these dodgy backs where I have ongoing issues with it, but I sort of work through those. I plough on ahead. But this is one of those injuries where actually I really can't bend or do anything. So I don't even think I'm going to be able to go to work tomorrow, which is, I don't like not going to work because I'm self-employed. It means I don't get paid, but also it means letting people down. So I'm worried about that. So anyway, I really wanted to show you the gardens today because I haven't shown you the cottage garden for ages. And I really wanted to take you around the cut flower patch as well. But you can hear it's raining and I think my tablet will break if I take it out in the rain to try and show you that. So we'll have to do that really soon, largely because the way the season has been this year has really got me rethinking the cottage garden quite a lot. And I think I want to, over the next few years, really change it. It will still be cottage gardening to a degree, but I think I'm really thinking about putting a lot more shrubs, bulbs in there, and maybe some more drought tolerant things as well. The weed pressure's got quite bad now, and where the plants get bigger it just becomes really difficult to get in. So mainly sting nettles and bindweed, they're the main things. A lot of other weeds I don't worry about too much, but actually there aren't really any other weeds. My weeds are bindweed and sting nettles. But I did want to at least take you round. Things like the hosta has flowered now. The anemones just coming out. A lot of stuff does look really tired. But anyway, hopefully I can get you out there one day. The cut flower patch, I wanted to show you really the change as the seasons go on, because we had that drought, didn't we? And then it's basically rained every day of July, and it was very windy last night. In fact, the cover flew off the tunnel, so the zinnias were sulking a little bit. But basically, even though I staked so well, I staked really, really well. The cosmos, I mean, I've got a branch of cosmos. I don't know what goes in a bucket somewhere. Oh, here. Oh, can't even get out of the chair. I've got all these. This is just one of them. I threw the rest on the compost heap. I've got these huge branches of cosmos that are just snapping off. I have this trouble with cosmos nearly every year. I need to rethink about my staking, but look how pretty that is. I'm going to do a whole video on what I'm growing and what I'm not growing again. And everybody with white cosmos goes on about how wonderful purity is and how wonderful it is. Do you know what? For me, it's this one, which you're going to want to know the name now, which, if it's not Snow Puff, I'll write it in, but I'm pretty sure it's Snow Puff. And it's just as prolific as purity, but I just like that double petal on that. So I'm not growing purity again. It's all about Snow Puff now. Right, I'll get up again now. And again, there will be a whole video about it, but I don't think I'm going to grow sweet peas again either. I think they take up too much space. Anyway, that's the video to come. But anyway, I wanted to take you around, really. I have got a wasp nest in the cut flower patch as well. I'm totally leaving it because it's part of my whole gardening for wildlife philosophy. But it does mean there's one particular bed in the cut flower patch which I haven't really gone near now since that. The only thing I really want out of it, and it's okay because I prefer it when it goes to seed, it's one of the areas where all my red auric is. But anyway, hopefully we'll get a tour of the cut flower patch in at some point. So we're in the shed. I can show you some of my cuttings. I mean, this should have really been planted out because it's not going to produce a dahlia if it stays in here. But I've got this dahlia cutting here. I've got, in fact, oh look, it's got green fly on it. Oh, that's not so good. That's not so good. I've got lots of things I want to plant out. I've got lots of dianthus, feverfew. What else have I got to go? Oh, some Canterbury bells. So lots of biennials, which could probably do with going in the ground now. I've also got, like, these were chrysanthemum cuttings. Should I have pinched these out? Yes, really should have pinched those out. I don't know if I will now. And then I've got all these cuttings I took. So this is, if I'm thinking about putting more shrubs in my garden, this will be a good one. This is Spirea the Bride, and I've got 5 little cuttings there. They could do with being individually potted on. And then I've got, oh, that one doesn't look so good. I've got these, again, these are sedum cuttings. Again, should have pinched that out, should pop them on. You get to a stage in the year where you just have so many jobs to do, and I mean, to be fair, I probably could do those with my bad back. I've been playing with flowers, because I love playing with flowers. Little purpley jobby here. Now, I wanted to do a photograph, and right before I wanted to do the photograph, this dahlia here, who I don't know who it is, because I ordered Ambition, which is this one, and this is somebody else, a bit like Ambition but paler. But anyway, I'm happy to use it. Anyway, this dahlia has been out of water for a day and a half, and you think, well, why? It's got a stem, it's been in the water, but actually its head fell off right before I was going to take the photograph. Its head fell off. I was like, oh God, I really want that in the photograph. So I've wired it onto the stem. So, you know, when you're thinking about things that last well out of water, there you are. Nice here. So anyway, there's lots of lovely stuff still to cut in the cut flower patch. And this morning I went round and cut this bucket of goodies here. I will get out of the chair again. Sorry, forgive me. Oh. Oh, yes, look at this. So we've got some roses. Now, I don't know which rose this is. This is a rose that I have in my cut flower patch, and it's one of the few things that was here when we moved in. And to be honest, it's always been a bit of the bane of my life. But we put it on an arch now because it's such a monster, and it seems happy, and I've cut from it. I've cut my first Bells of Ireland. They're not a patch on last year's Bells of Irelands. You take off all of these side leaves to use them. They have a really lovely clean smell. So we've got some Bells of Ireland. We've got some millet. Lovely millet there. What else have we got? Some Pittosporum. Oh, if I can get it out. Me and my tangles in buckets. Some lovely Pittosporum. Some Brachioglottis. Some Yarrow Achillea. And some, I'm terrible with getting stuff out of buckets. Whoop, some Statice. And some Scabious. What else have we got? Oh, some Ami. I don't grow the Ami Visnaga. I don't like it. I think it's too dense. So we've got some Ami Magus in there. One white Didiscus. I didn't think I was growing white. He must have been an accident. The rest are all blue. Some apple mint. Some poppy seed heads. Somewhere in here there is one Veronica. Oh, some sweet peas. 3 white sweet peas. A sedum. Achillea the pearl. And, oh, this lovely, there's the one Veronica. It's the only white that I have. Again, I grow blue. And then this lovely, oh, a Stilby. You see that one there, the Stilby? White one. And then last but not least, oh, no, not last but not least, because somewhere in here as well is, oh dear, my bucket's so stuffed I can't see it. In fact, I can't see it is a bit worrying because it's probably squashed and unusable. because somewhere in this bucket is a small head of Hydrangea Annabelle, but the fact I can't see it means it's probably been crushed and I probably won't be able to use it. And then the other thing in here is this beautiful heather. That's just got white on it there. Doesn't that look lovely? I just dropped my iPad. I don't have a mobile phone. It's the only piece of filming technology I have, and it's quite badly cracked. I don't know if I'm going to be able to carry on using it. I've sellotaped bits of it. It's working at the moment, but if I go quiet on YouTube for a while, or any social media or anything for that respect, although I can use my laptop for some of the other things, because I have a camera that I do lots of photography with, but all my filming I do on this iPad. I haven't even had it very long. I had it when I started the channel, so I haven't even had it a year, and I don't know if I'll replace it, and I still don't own a mobile phone, and I'm still really reluctant. So I'm just filming this little clip because I don't know if this how long this iPad's going to work with sellotape on it. My wrist has been hurting, and I had my wrist support on this morning. I took it off. I cut my finger trying to catch it even, and basically my wrist just gave way and I dropped it onto the concrete floor. So hey ho, let's try and cheer myself up with some flowers. Okay, so I've laid most things out on the table in front of me. I've got a few things in the bucket here. The table's just a little bit full. They were the sweet peas, so I've just got 3 of those, but I wouldn't put those on until the very end anyway. Actually, I've got a little bit of valerian that I forgot about as well, but it's pretty much gone to seed, but I cut it because it fitted the bill. And I'm going to start by making structure. Again, I'm not working round because I don't often work round. Round is good if it's going to be a table centre and people are going to see it all around the table. Lots of things I do go on my sideboard, so for that reason nobody's going to see the back of it. So why waste beautiful flowers at the back of your dresser when nobody's going to see them? So I'm just looking at things that can give me a good solid structure first. So that's why I was just looking at these poppies. Take off the leaves. I just realised I might need to put my wrist support on. I'll be right back. Okay, go back. I haven't counted how many stems I've got here. I just went round the garden first thing this morning and picked a lot of what takes my fancy, basically. If I were like quoting somebody for something, I'm always really careful about stem counting, and I always make sure that I'm charging the right price for how many stems I'm using. Like all my classic bunches have the same number of stems in, and all of my everything has the same number of stems. So you've got some similarities and continuity between your products, so that if somebody's buying something from you on a regular basis, they can see that they can see why that costs that much, because it's that number of flowers. I think I've spoken before about you can make some flowers bunches look a lot bigger than others depending on how fat and big your flowers are. Dahlias are a classic example. Some of the really big headed ones, you can make a bunch with far fewer flowers in look much bigger than it actually is. Had a really interesting bunch of flowers that was being picked up this morning. It was just a classic bunch that was ordered online, and they'd asked for a gift tag, and it made me smile because from the gift tag, because remember I'm a local business, so I don't get people from all over the place ordering things from me. I could tell who locally they were for. somebody I know really well, so I hope they like them. And in fact, I'm going to see them at some point in the week, so hopefully I'll be able to see how the flowers are bearing up, how they're doing. So I'm doing my classic shape that I like to do when I'm doing this would be a bride bouquet if I were doing it for a bride, but I'm not. I didn't for me. It's good practice. It's nice. It's therapeutic for me. I enjoy working with the flowers. And I will put it in my house on my dresser when I've finished. And I'll be able to, look at it every day. I probably should have cut 3 bells of iron, but they weren't. I mean, I don't know if I've only got a dried one over there in the corner, but my stems last year were way longer than this. This is not a good length stem, the bells of iron, but they just give that really nice shape. So I'm using a lot of foliage at the beginning. I'll use my brachyglottis at the end. I'm not going to use that now. These are just really strong stems to add some structure. And then when we've got a bit of structure going, we'll start adding some flowers. And I'll add filler flowers first. I really want him at the front. Ooh. I should have saved him really for wreaths. That's one thing I need to grow more of is heathers. Right, so now if we start, we'll have some Ami, because that's a really good fluffy filler. I might need to cut some of the side. Oh, now I've got it really tangled. He's going to be a difficult stem to use. We've got to cut. Somebody's got to go. We'll come back to him. I love white and green, but if you're doing retail, it's not great for retail. According to a lot of research and studies they've done, people actually really prefer bright colours in their homes, because they sort of, people buy flowers. There was that hydrangea. Yeah, people buy flowers to cheer themselves up. They don't want dull, boring colours. They want things that cheer them up, especially on a gloomy, rainy day like today. They want things that will really cheer them up. And as always, I'm putting things in different heights because I don't want this to be neat and uniform. I want it to look, well, as it is, as I've picked it from the garden. That's how I want it to look. And obviously I've got things like the scabious and the cosmos, which will give the real airy factors. And you want balance, which with two colours is quite easy. With using white and green, it's going to be balanced. But when you bring other colours in, you want to try and, have your pops of colours evenly distributed. I found, I thought I knew all the people to follow on Instagram and everything, but I found a fantastic floral designer on Line this morning, who's in Devon. Absolutely fantastic work she's done. I think she was called Moth Florist. If you are actually getting married in Devon, she's got an amazing portfolio. Yeah, really. Well, I like her work. I think flowers is like art. You do have a taste, and lots of florists do have a style. I mean, I definitely have a style. I don't like neat and uniform and tidy. Definitely not. So if somebody came to me and that's what they wanted, I think I would run a mile. Because I don't think I would enjoy the experience. And also, I'm not sure I could even do it. I'm not even sure. Yeah, I'm not even sure I'd be able to do that. I love white and green. It was silly because it was one of the main bouquet colours I used to try and sell at these markets, was white and green, because I love it. But yeah, apparently that's not what people like. Apparently. Because this is a climbing rose, I've got some fantastic stem length on this. The roses are not going to last very long at all in my house, but if I can get a photograph for a portfolio, then I'll be happy. But yeah, they're certainly. That's why you want well, I want this to look nice when the roses fall out, which hopefully it will. I originally had 5 roses, but 1 broke, so I'm only put 3 in because I don't really want to put an even number of roses in. Because I've got cosmos and scabious as well as other round flowers, and this hibiscus, I think it'll be fine. And because it's for me as well, it'll be fine, because I don't mind. First time growing hibiscus. I like it. Oh, where's that bit of status? Should have put. I was trying to put my fillers in at the beginning, because then sort of, if you leave them to the end, you sort of don't know where. I mean, you don't have to put everything in, so maybe I shouldn't put him in. Maybe I shouldn't put him in. I definitely want to put you in though. But then we need something a bit spiky the other side. Scabious will do it. I'm talking, but I'll probably speed this up. I won't show any of the talking. So, if you're wondering how I know sort of when I'm finished, I suppose it's just like painting a picture. You know you're finished when you look at it and it looks evenly balanced. And I mean, you're creating what you want to create. So it's finished when you've created that. And I'm disappointed by not having the 5 roses, and sort of part of me is thinking, oh, should I go out and try and find the fifth rose, or do I just go with the 3? Oh, my back is hurting, so I think we'll probably just go with the 3. So let's tie this up.
Amazing the difference just cutting the stems makes. Right, let's tie it up. Because this is actually going in my house, I really do want to make sure the stems are clean, because otherwise it really will make the water go really dirty really quickly. Okay, I don't think I've got any white ribbon or nice ribbon to go on it for a photograph. I've got some hessian. I think I'll put some hessian on it, photograph it, and then show it to you. So I haven't put any hessian on it because it is just for me. But there, that's what we did for a little floral project in the rain. And I like it. And that's the important thing.